Welcome back to the channel, Bridging the Gap Student to Engineer, where STEM professionals provide advice to students. This video is a school deep dive into Marquette University. It's a private university in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, that does actually have engineering, discipline-specific engineering in 4 different departments. And they provide their data on a dynamic dashboard that we will get right into. Marquette University's Career Center provides on their website the results of their first destination survey. So they are doing what most other schools do in surveying their alums up to 6 months after graduation. What's a little bit unique about this is that they're combining 3 years of school, 3 years of data, so we can't see patterns over the years or if things are going up or going down, but for the last 3 years of data, we'll just look through what we have here. So what I'd like to point out first is that I have filtered for the College of Engineering. This is for all of engineering. Their response rate is 88%, which is good. I'd like to see this be pretty high because I'd like to see that grads are engaged in their school and wanting to provide some feedback. Also, it indicates that the school is interested in trying to get this data, which is always good. So let's go down to what are grads doing. So this is what grads are doing 6 months after graduation. 76% of the engineering grads from Marquette University are employed within 6 months graduation, and 12% are in school full-time. So typically, when we look at the percent of engineering grads that go on to grad school, usually those numbers are in the 20s. For only 12% to go directly into grad school is very, very low. Not a good thing or a bad thing, but if you are someone who intends to go get your PhD or do higher education, just be aware that if you go to Marquette University, it's going to be mostly people who are looking to go into employment full-time right after graduation. So they do have a few people that have gone into the military over the last few years, but what I want to focus on is this numbers at the bottom here, seeking employment 8%. So as a whole, the College of Engineering, if you look at this from the converse of 8%, 92% we can say is positive outcomes, even if the numbers don't quite add up with their percents, but it is pretty high. What I will do real quick, just to show you what we can get if we filter some things on the top here, is that if you go to computer engineering, that percent of seeking employment goes up to 19%. So the rest of these majors and the rest of these departments within the College of Engineering at Marquette University are very positive, and meaning that these seeking employment numbers are very small. Computer engineering is another story. So I would say if you're looking at Marquette University for anything but computer engineering, it could be a very good option for you. If you look just within the same department, electrical and computer, if you major in electrical, you're most likely going to go out and be able to get that job right away, where computer engineering grads are having a much harder time. So it's something to consider, and I will also provide the link to this dashboard. And so if you are looking at a different major that you want more information on, definitely follow that link and apply some filters here and see the data that you're interested in. So if we look at where the grads go, this school is in Wisconsin, like we mentioned in the beginning. So 51% stay in Wisconsin. Typically for public schools, we see this higher. Stay within state, but this is a private school, and also the school is located reasonably close to Illinois, so it does make sense that a lot of the students would also go to Illinois. And then a further 12% go other places within the Midwest. But as we go farther away from the school, we pretty quickly drop off to, you know, the number of students that are going in those places. So if you are looking to get a job in California or Florida or Nevada or something like that, there probably won't be a whole lot of name recognition. But if you're in the Midwest, especially if you're in Illinois, Wisconsin areas, you'll be pretty solid there. Okay, and then if we go down to the employer names, what I really like to see on these is the number of grads that each of these employers are hiring. Just having company names is a little bit hard to tell if these companies really are hiring at Marquette because they have a good relationship with Marquette versus just grads just applying one-off off the internet and getting a job there. If you are interested in what companies are hiring and what major, you can again go do those filters and see specifically what companies are hiring those majors. So it's something that might be helpful in your search, but it's really hard to get any good data out of this. And then the same goes for the job titles. Again, there's lots and lots of job titles, but if you filter for the department or the major, then you may be able to get a little bit more information of what you're interested in. You know, something like a civil engineer or civil designer is probably going to be somebody majoring in civil engineering. So some of those are pretty obvious and maybe not too insightful, but there may be some good gems in there if you dig. That is the end of the limited data that Marquette University provides us. If you have any questions or would like me to dig in a little bit further or have any specific comments, please comment on this video and we will start a chat. And in the meantime, please like, subscribe, and share with a friend, and we will see you on the next one.